One of the most common phrases that I often hear in the mental health world as well as on social media is that happiness is a choice. And while of course most of the time the people who are saying this are well-meaning, I would respectfully have to disagree.
Wrong.
It's not exactly the case, because if that were true, and if it were just simply a matter of I choose happiness or I choose sadness, I'm pretty sure everyone would choose to be happy all the time.
Happy, happy, happy.
However, I think a more accurate way to see it is that happiness is largely a result of your choices and all of your inputs. How you choose to fill up your cup, as well as what gets in your cup, even if it's something that you're not choosing, that will become the ultimate output. So what can we do to ensure more happy days and a cup that's full of positivity? This will entail looking at your daily habits and seeing where you can make your actions more positive. Part of this is also about acknowledging that we don't have control over everything that happens to us. Life, of course, doesn't happen in a vacuum, but we can choose a growth mindset and a positive perspective shift. I'm also going to be discussing the importance of our self-image and employing mindfulness in determining our overall mood and how happy or fulfilled we are. So I'm going to be diving deeper into all that in today's episode, so without further ado, let's dive deeper now.
Give me a...
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss. For you guys who know that must mean that subscribe to the channel so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on the video. Follow me on every platform, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through by Jared Weiss. All links purchased on my website, which is jaredryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEIS.com. Buy the book, and also make sure to check out all the awesome shirts I have in there. Every shirt is 100% organic cotton. Every shirt has its own motivational saying, so there's words in it. So any support at all, as I'm always saying, is very much appreciated. So let's dive deeper now into helping you guys realize what actually leads to happiness. And hopefully in doing so, I'll be guiding you on a path to a more happy, fulfilled self. So I want you guys to imagine that you're starting the day with an empty cup. A total clean slate. Now, you go in your phone first thing after waking up. You follow all these nasty accounts or fake people on social media. And you start comparing yourself to all these fake people. Then you go out into the world and you work a job that you hate.
We serve food here, sir.
And you constantly complain about how much you do hate the job until you wish you were doing something different. Or maybe you're someone who goes to school. You hang out with all these fake friends who don't value you as you are and who don't treat you right, but yet you still hang around them because you've known them for so long. Then, after work or school, you go out drinking or partying or whatever it may be. Or you eat like crap, you have all this processed food, all this garbage. Now imagine you do this over an extended period of time. And this is just a snippet of the day, of course. How do you expect to feel over time? So it's not you're choosing happiness or sadness or depression, but your choices are all going to result in one of those things. Now let's try flipping that around. Let's say you wake up and before opening your phone, you go outside, get some sunlight, start hydrating, you meditate and do some powerful visualization, then you open up your phone and you're following some awesome people on social media, such as Jared Weiss, I'm hoping.
Who that? Who that? Me that.
And you fill up your mind with awesome podcasts, awesome books, awesome content, as well as a ton of humor, and then you listen to some great music. Then you either go to a job you love, or maybe even if you're not there yet, you're still making sure to make time for your dream life later on in the day, or if you are in school, or whichever, you're protective over your energy. And don't hang out with people who treat you badly, you eat organic whole foods, get high quality sleep. How do you think this person's going to feel in the long run?
Pretty good.
Generally very happy, I'd say. Now, moving along, of course it's not the whole equation. Because some things do happen beyond our control no matter how hard we try. A lot can happen along the way and throughout our days, and it's not all on us. So yes, our choices are essential, and generally speaking, we and our moods are in fact the sum of our decisions and our actions. However, we don't have control over everything. Sometimes a family member gets sick. Someone treats us poorly when we didn't deserve that. We don't make the team or get the job in spite of how hard we work for it, in spite of being overly qualified for it, but yet we still don't get it. Of course it's okay to feel sad, mad, or upset.
Hey, Patrick, are you angry too?
Yeah.
Let ourselves feel this way. But after that emotion passes, then how do we respond to that situation? And this is where a growth mindset and a positive perspective is going to come in. Life doesn't happen in a vacuum, so you can't just choose every single thing that happens to you, or be nope, that's not going to happen to me, just because I say so. But we can be alright, that's out of my control. But what can I do now? Can I still go to the gym? Can I still eat my healthy foods? Can I pour some self-love and self-care back into me? can I maybe take some extra time to sit alone with my thoughts? As opposed to being like, oh, everything's bad and like it's always gonna be bad and there's nothing I can do to change it. I'm not supposed to be happy, So that time between what happens to you and your response will decide your ultimate happiness.
It's on you.
Always has been.
Can we maybe try to see like what's happening to us as actually helping to make us stronger? Is life trying to teach us a lesson here? Did that person treat me badly as a way of like reminding me of my self-worth and showing me that like I don't belong there because I deserve better than that? Of course I believe so. And if you can shift things to the positive or growth mindset, this will always be in your favor, I believe. Now the next thing that enters our daily cup, whether we like it or not, and something that like we have to watch out for, is our thoughts about our past or our future. Now another common sentiment like I see echoed on social media is that you can choose your thoughts. But once again, I don't believe this to be true and I don't believe this to be the case. Because we have thousands upon thousands of thoughts every day, and you can't just be sitting there handpicking every thought that comes in and everyone that doesn't. Especially because chances are if you try to do that, you're actually going to start obsessing over negative thoughts. And you're going to make them snowball even bigger.
I don't think this bubble can get much bigger.
Nonsense!
So, what can we do? Well, we do have control over our actions, so we can choose which thoughts we take action on, which will in turn influence our future thoughts as well as like how we actually see those thoughts. And we can also somewhat choose where we're actually focusing. So you can't choose which thoughts come in and out, but to an extent you can shift your focus as far as like which thoughts we give more attention to. And beyond all this, another key skill is mindfulness, which means seeing the entirety of the situation and seeing all of our thoughts as neither good nor bad, but giving attention wherever it's needed. And this awareness without judgment, well, of course it can be easier said than done. It's a major skill that can bring you inner peace the better you get at it.
Inner peace.
It's not about pushing away bad thoughts and only thinking good thoughts, but rather accepting the totality of your experience and allowing every thought to stay as long as it's needed to, and then allowing it to pass through you without judgment. Now next up, another powerful part in determining our overall mood or demeanor on life is our self-image. How do we generally view ourselves? Do we see ourselves as good, kind-hearted people who deserve happiness and success?
I'm a good person.
And if no, why not? Is it something that like we can change? Is it a matter of giving ourselves more self-love and grace for all the things like we can't control? Have we allowed too many outside opinions in? So you see, our overall self-image will also decide our overall happiness and satisfaction with our lives. And some of this might be about doing some shadow work and taking accountability for what we want to change about ourselves and being completely honest. While the other piece is finding where we might be extra hard on ourselves. And this is of course a place where I've struggled with for most of my life. As someone who's always striving for more and who's always setting bigger and bigger goals and who's a lifelong perfectionist, I sometimes forget to stop and smell the roses and to look back and see how far I've come. But I do know that like whenever I do this and have grace for myself, this takes a huge weight off my shoulders and pours out some of that bad weight from my cup. Sticking with that whole metaphor, of course. Now the final point I want to make is that you can't always be happy, and that's okay. But as with anything else I talk about, what is the overall trend? Are things going well? Can we accept that like one bad thing that happened doesn't have to ruin our whole day and doesn't have to make it be seen as like a horrible day? This is another key part to being happy and being optimistic, is the ability to see like the whole day.
Keeping Riley happy all day long. And may I add, I love your dress. It's adorable.
And not only focusing on the one or two things that went wrong, but actually being able to focus on all the 100 things that went right that day. And this is one reason why I love journaling so much. Because as I journal at the end of every day, sometimes like when I thought I had a rough day, I'll look at what I write down and I'm like, you know what? This actually was a pretty good day. Was it perfect? No. But look at all these amazing things that went right for me. And then can we find reasons to be hopeful that tomorrow can be even better? Maybe today wasn't the best day. But for all these reasons, I have hope that like tomorrow's going to be an amazing day. And I'm going to wake up expecting that to happen. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the message. I hope you guys enjoyed all the topics from this video. If you guys are serious about living your best life and being more positive, I really appreciate if you guys subscribe to the channel, drop a comment, leave a like. Support me in any way possible. I love you guys. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding. Catch you guys next time. Much love. Peace.